1996 minivan. Totally redesigned to give our customers all of the features they've been asking for in their next minivan. The new minivan is longer and wider, and it provides more passenger space and cargo volume. In addition, there's a number of new and innovative features. I'm Peter.
And I'm Callie. We'll be showing you some of the minivan's exciting new features. We'll be looking at everything from exterior and interior features to the electrical and mechanical highlights. We've got a lot to see, so let's get started.
With its low hood and steeply raked windshield, the exterior of the 1996 minivan stresses aerodynamics.
The attractive exterior finish is the result of a thorough prep and paint process, beginning with several cleaning steps, followed by an E-coat primer dip. A full-body anti-chip coating is then applied to the entire exterior body surface. The base or color coat is a water-based paint material which is covered with a high solids clear coat that provides a mirror-like surface.
3 types of glass are used on the minivan. Regular tinted glass is standard on low-line, high-line, and premium models. On luxury vehicles, solar glass is used ahead of the B-pillar, and sunscreen glass is used behind the B-pillar.
The front bumper has a styrofoam impact absorber, providing protection during 5-mile-per-hour frontal impacts and 3-mile-per-hour corner impacts. New larger outside rear view mirrors are mounted onto the body instead of the doors. They're the fold-away type that rotate forward and rearward in the mount. The front-end sliding doors feature flush pull-type door handles with a molded surface for a comfortable grip. Lock cylinders are eliminated on sliding door handles for remote keyless entry, otherwise known as RKE-equipped vehicles. The 1996 minivan will be available with a left-hand sliding door in addition to the right-hand sliding door. Sliding doors are all new construction. A lightweight tubular impact beam is welded to the inner panel. As the door is opened, you'll notice that the interior handle has been moved to the window frame behind the B-pillar. A stop bumper stops the door in the full open position, and a positive latch keeps the door open. Sliding doors are aligned by adjustments at the hinges. If you make an adjustment, be sure to also check the strikers for alignment. On level surfaces, when not latched, the door closes by itself on an inclined track. The left-hand sliding door also has a fuel door interlock feature that prevents the door from opening when the fuel door is open.
All new construction of the liftgate and the surrounding structure give the rear of the vehicle excellent rigidity. In addition to a key cylinder, the liftgate now includes an exterior handle. The liftgate opens and closes with minimal effort. And temperature compensating prop rods provide ease of operation in cold as well as warm weather. The high-strength steel rear bumper beam mounted under the rear fascia attaches to the body with rigid brackets and provides the same impact protection as the front bumper system. The new minivan design meets future passenger car safety standards in many areas, including the bumpers. Well, those are some of the new minivan's exterior features. We'll look at the interior features right after this review question.
If an alignment adjustment is made to a sliding door, you should check the alignment of A, the stop bumper, B, the strikers, C, the track, or D, the window. The answer is B. You should always check the alignment of the striker after an adjustment is made to a sliding door. A number of changes have also been made in the minivan's interior. Front seats offer increased driver and passenger seat travel. The front manual seat adjustment bar makes the front seats easy to adjust. Manually adjusted passenger seats have a large underseat storage drawer. There's a smaller storage compartment mounted on the side of the seat in power passenger seats. The new minivan offers wider front seat pass-through for improved access to the rear seat.
That's right, Callie. And in addition to the increased width, the passenger compartment is 7 inches longer, providing more room for people and cargo. The bench-style second and third seats accommodate up to 5 passengers. Now, the bench-style seats are standard, and Quad Command individual second seats are also available. Quad Command seat backs recline and fold forward to become flat for storage and feature 2 cup holders and a shallow tray. The seat backs can serve as tables when folded flat.
The bench seats feature new easy-out rollers. 2 levers at the back of each seat riser release the floor latches and raise the seat on its rollers. Molded tracks in the floor make it easy to roll the seats out of the vehicle. Once removed, the seats can be rolled away. A special feature of the long wheelbase minivan is its ability to carry a 4x8 sheet of building material.
The instrument panel contains the lamp and power mirror controls, instrument cluster, information center, and climate control vents, as well as the passenger airbag. 2 mechanical instrument clusters are available. Here we see the Highline cluster. The analog gauges are electronically driven by the cluster's microprocessor. The microprocessor receives its information from the BCM. The Highline cluster has a shift lever position indicator, odometer, and trip odometer that use an electronic vacuum fluorescent display. The information center located above the instrument cluster provides many of the vehicle's indicator lamps. The center console area contains the radio, climate control panel, 2 adjustable cup holders, and a storage bin. The overhead console is integrated into the headliner system. It's available with a compass and mini trip display, which provides outside temperature, average fuel economy, distance to empty, fuel economy, trip odometer, and elapsed time. Well, those are some of the new minivan's interior features. Now, here's a review question on those features.
Where are the power mirror controls located? A, the instrument panel, B, the driver's door, or C, the center console? The answer is A. The power mirror controls are located on the instrument panel instead of the driver's door, where they were located previously. On the new minivan, both passive and active restraint systems include new features. Adjustable seatbelt turning loops, used previously in only the front seat, will also be used in the second seat position. The turning loops use a new curved design, providing 4 inches of total up and down travel. The front seatbelt buckles now travel with the seat frame instead of being attached to the stationary seat base. Like the previous minivan, the new minivan uses a single-point impact detection sensor to activate the airbags. The impact sensor, located in the airbag control module, detects impacts electronically. The driver airbag continues to use a conventional pyrotechnic device for inflation. It has a smaller inflator and the trim cover seam is concealed. A membrane inside the cover allows the driver to activate the horn by pressing on the airbag cover. The passenger airbag uses a hybrid inflator, like the previous minivan, but the pressure sensor has been eliminated. The passenger airbag is mounted in a magnesium housing and can be accessed by removing the top cover of the instrument panel. The new passenger airbag cover is integrated into the instrument panel with no visible seam. And that's what's new for Restraint Systems. Now here's a review question.
True or false? The passenger's airbag hybrid inflator uses a pressure sensor. A, true, B, false. The answer is B. The pressure sensor has been eliminated on the passenger airbag's hybrid inflator.
The 1996 minivan contains many new electrical features. There are 3 batteries available. A 500 cca battery is standard on minivans with 6-cylinder engines. A 600 cca battery is standard on minivans with 4-cylinder engines. A 685 cca battery is used on vehicles with a trailer towing package. A junction block attached to the dash panel left of the steering column houses passenger compartment fuses and relays. 4 36-way connectors plug into the junction block. 2 connect to the instrument panel harness, and 2 are for the electrical distribution wiring harness. The junction block houses up to 10 new circuit protection devices called PTCs. PTC stands for Positive Temperature Coefficient. A PTC acts like a solid-state resettable fuse. Also inside the junction block are up to 4 diodes, which are used in interior lighting, ABS, and the electronic transmission range switch circuits. The body control module, or BCM, plugs into the back of the junction block through a 23-way inline connector. There are 3 different junction blocks and BCMs that are matched together based on vehicle options. The electrical distribution wiring harness runs to the rear of the vehicle down the center of the floor in a covered trough. It branches off to either side at the rear of the vehicle. 5 14-way ground blocks are used in the interior of the vehicle. They give each load a direct ground, but still provide a common ground location. An ignition-fed 12-volt outlet for accessories is located to the left of the center console cup holder. An additional 12-volt outlet in the rear cargo area is located in the left-hand quarter trim panel on long wheelbase minivans, and it's on the right-hand quarter trim panel on short wheelbase minivans.
Underhood fuses and relays are housed in the power distribution center on the left front inner fender. The ignition off-draw fuse is provided in a yellow holder. Now the PDC pivots to allow access to its connectors for diagnostic purposes, and it can be disconnected from the wiring harness. A number of electrical modules can share data with one another over a multiplexing network called the CCD bus. They are the airbag control module, body control module, compass mini trip computer, mechanical instrument cluster, powertrain control module, transmission control module, and the premium radio. The 16-way data link connector is located under the instrument panel near the left kick panel. As we said earlier, there are 3 BCM and junction block combinations. A chart showing each BCM's features is provided in the reference book. The BCM provides a battery protection feature, also known as load shedding, which turns off interior and exterior lamps if they're left on when the ignition key is turned off. The new minivan speed-sensitive front and rear wipers are controlled by the BCM. The wiper blades are 24 inches long. The windshield wiper linkage is mounted in a removable wiper module beneath the cowl screen. The opposing windshield wiper blade system is operated by a 4-pivot linkage. The cowl-mounted front windshield washers use nozzles incorporating anti-drainback valves.
The rear washer nozzle is in the upper right part of the liftgate. It sprays washer fluid onto the glass before the wipe. The fluid hose for the rear wiper runs down the center of the floor in a covered trough with the wiring harness. A common washer fluid reservoir for front and rear wipers is located in the engine compartment. It holds 1.3 gallons of washer fluid. Separate pumps send washer fluid to the front and rear wiper systems.
Power window switches located on the front doors include an auto down feature for the driver's side window and switches for each rear quarter window. The power window switches are LED illuminated like many of the other electrical switches. The optional power door lock system provides many features which are described in the reference books. The power door lock switches on the driver and passenger inner door panel control all door locks, including the liftgate. The minivan's remote keyless entry system also locks and unlocks the vehicle's doors with the remote control transmitter. The RKE transmitter has 3 buttons, a lock button, an unlock button, and a new panic button, which causes the horn to sound and exterior lamps to illuminate when it's pressed. The RKE receiver is located under the instrument panel top cover on the driver's side. It communicates with the BCM, which locks and unlocks the doors. For the first time, a vehicle theft security system is available on the minivan. If a monitored circuit is tampered with, the horn sounds, the exterior lights flash, and the fuel system is disabled. Another first for minivan luxury models is a memory feature for the driver's seat and side mirrors. This feature allows two driver's seat and side mirror positions to be programmed into memory. The positions are recalled by using the RKE transmitter or the memory seat recall button located on the driver's door trim panel. A new audio system features a cassette and CD player in one radio, along with the Infinity Acoustic 10 amplified speaker system. Be sure to watch next month's MasterTech when we'll provide more information on the minivan electrical system. We'll move on to heating and air conditioning after you answer this review question.
Where is the ignition off-draw fuse located? A, near the battery, B, in the junction block, or C, in the power distribution center? The answer is C. The ignition off-draw fuse is located in the power distribution center.
The new minivan's HVAC system has been redesigned to cool and heat the vehicle interior faster than the previous minivan system. The manually controlled system now has an electronic controlled air distribution system. The blend air door, mode doors, and recirc door are actuated using electric servo motors. The mode control's electronic servo motor allows the mode control selector to provide multiple selections between the defrost, panel, and floor settings. The rotary style blower switch has 5 blower speed positions. Push-button AC switch, recirc control, and rear window defogger controls are all located on the panel. A dual-zone climate control system is available. This system provides each front seat occupant with separate temperature control levers. These levers control the temperature of the air from the outlets on their side of the vehicle. The control panel can also be used to perform self-test diagnostics on system components, including fault code retrieval, switch checks, and system performance. Comfort for second seat occupants is provided by upper and lower air outlets in the front doors. The upper outlet has an air directional lever accessible to second seat occupants. An electric rear window defogger, heated power side view mirrors, and heated windshield deicer are available on the new minivan. All three are activated with the rear window defogger switch. In addition, the windshield deicer is activated when the mode control is in any position from mix to defrost. New for the minivan is a pressure transducer to monitor the high and low pressure cutout of the compressor. It's located on the AC line near the passenger cowl panel.
A rear heater and AC unit located behind the right rear wheel well is available on long wheelbase minivans with the dual-zone HVAC system. The unit has its own evaporator, heater core, and a second AC condenser in the front of the vehicle. The rear unit supplies full heat or full cool only. There are no blend or ventilation positions. It's important to note that the position of the mode door of the rear unit is controlled by the driver's temperature control. To provide heat, the driver's temperature control must be at or near the full heat position. The temperature control will not change the mode of the rear unit to cool until the lever is at or near the full cold position. Heat is provided through 2 outlets near the floor, just behind the right-hand sliding door. Cooling is provided by 4 roof panel outlets. There are 2 blower controls for the rear system. One is on the HVAC control panel. The other is near the left AC outlet next to the second seat. In order for the rear switch to operate, the front switch must be in the RR position. That's the heating and air conditioning system. So now let's check your knowledge of the system with a review question.
Under what condition is the windshield deicer activated? A, the mode selector is set to heat. B, the blower is set to high. C, the mode selector is set to mix. The answer is C. The windshield deicer is activated when the mode selector is in any position from mix to defrost. It's also activated when the rear window defogger switch is on. The new minivan's turning radius has decreased by about 3.5 feet compared to the previous minivan. The front track is increased by 3 inches. The rear track is increased by 2 inches. The steering column angle has been lowered, and the assembly itself is lighter due to the use of magnesium. And for the first time on a minivan, 16-inch wheels are available, in addition to the 14 and 15-inch wheels. The 1996 minivan suspension provides a good ride with excellent stability. All attachment points are fully isolated, contributing to lower noise and harshness levels in the interior. There are 4 suspensions available: standard, heavy-duty, European, and load leveling. Let's put the minivan on the hoist and take a look at the suspension. There are 6 lifting points, 2 at the front frame rails, and 4 locating nubs on the rocker panels. The independent McPherson-type front suspension is fully isolated to minimize noise and vibration. A cast aluminum front suspension cradle is used to aid in weight reduction. It's stiffened with a stamped steel plate, which is attached to the cradle with Dacryment-plated bolts to prevent electrolysis. Now, the rear suspension uses monoleaf rear springs. Rubber biscuits isolate the springs from the axle. The rear axle is a stamped steel tube with cast iron ends pressed into the tube. A track bar has been added to increase lateral stiffness. For the first time, load leveling is available on the minivan. The load leveling rear shock absorbers contain a pumping chamber with inlet and outlet check valves, a height sensor, a release port, a piston rod and piston, a gas and oil filled lower pressure reservoir, and a gas and oil filled high pressure reservoir. Now, when a vehicle is loaded, the height sensor closes off the release port so no oil is allowed to return to the low pressure reservoir. Vehicle jounce and rebound then forces oil into the high pressure area. Decrease in gas volume in the high pressure reservoir exerts higher pressure in the gas cushion, which provides the force to level the vehicle. Since the pumping action takes place only when the vehicle moves from jounce to rebound, the amount of jounce and rebound can affect the amount of time it takes to bring the vehicle back to ride height. On exceptionally smooth roads, it may take several miles. On extremely rough roads, it will take a much shorter distance. Now, when the load is removed, the vehicle will re-level itself in a short time. Well, those are the highlights of the steering and suspension systems. Now answer this question on suspension systems.
Dacryment-plated bolts are used on the front suspension cradle to A. Isolate the cradle from the body, B. Prevent electrolysis, or C. Provide rigidity. The answer is B. Dacryment-plated bolts are used on the front suspension cradle to prevent electrolysis. There are a number of new brake system features, the biggest of which is the use of ITT Tevis Mark 4G anti-lock brakes. The system is standard on the 1996 minivan. The Tevis system has different operating characteristics than the previous minivan's anti-lock brake system, and the components have been relocated. The hydraulic control unit is located on the driver's side of the front suspension cradle, mounted in a magnesium bracket. The controller anti-lock brake, or cab, is in the interior of the vehicle above the steering column. The rear tone wheels are pressed onto the hub. The front tone wheels are pressed onto the outer constant velocity joint. The Tevis Mark 4G system uses 2 relays. The system relay is located in the junction block. The pump motor relay is located in the power distribution center. The Kelsey-Hayes front disc brakes are similar to those in the previous minivan. The difference is the new caliper's adapter is part of the steering knuckle. The new rear drum brakes are a dual-mode design. When operating the parking brake system, the drums respond like duo servo brakes. Service brakes are a leading trailing design. The master cylinder uses a translucent reservoir for easy fluid checks and a long filler neck extension for filling. The proportioning valves are non-load sensing. The valve block is located on the left frame rail just forward of the rear shock absorber. Before we move on to engines, let's break for a review question.
Where is the ABS hydraulic control unit located? A, near the driver's side cowl panel. B, at the left front corner of the engine compartment. C, on the front suspension cradle. The answer is C. The ABS hydraulic control unit is located on the front suspension cradle. The 1996 Minivan is available with 4 engines and 2 automatic transaxles. A chart in the reference book provides engine and transaxle availability by model and price class. The 4 engines include a 3.8-liter V6 overhead valve engine, a 3.3-liter V6 overhead valve engine, a 3-liter V6 single overhead camshaft engine, and a 2.4-liter inline 4-cylinder dual overhead camshaft engine. The engines all use a new 4-point mounting system with single-bolt cradle-type mounts. The 4th engine mount is located on the transaxle.
The 3.3-liter and 3.8-liter engines use similar components. Both engines have been refined to provide an increase in torque and quieter operation. The 3.3-liter engine now produces 158 horsepower at 4,850 RPM and 203 pound-feet of torque at 3,250 RPM. The 3.8-liter engine produces 166 power at 4,300 RPM and 227 pound-feet of torque at 3,100 RPM. The redesigned intake manifold has longer primary runners, and the throttle body has been relocated. The pistons have a black lubricant patch that reduces friction on the thrust areas, and the top ring land height has been moved up to reduce the crevice volume and emissions. The camshaft has a new profile that increases torque at higher engine speeds. A small portion of the cylinder head casting material has been removed from the area behind the intake valve, resulting in improved flow at higher valve lifts. The cross-section of the cylinder head gasket fire ring has been reduced. The exhaust manifolds use a flanged expansion joint to aid in noise reduction. New tri-metal heat shields protect other components from underhood heat and speed up catalyst operation. Running changes that will occur this year include tighter crankshaft bearing clearances and reduced variability in the block and bearings. The 3-liter engine has been refined and now produces 150 horsepower at 5,200 RPM. There are no internal changes and peak torque remains the same. The exhaust manifold uses tri-metal heat shields and a flanged exhaust joint. The 2.4-liter 4-cylinder engine will also be used in the 1996 Minivan. It provides 150 horsepower at 5,200 RPM and 167 pound-feet of torque at 4,000 RPM. We covered the 2.4-liter engine in last month's MasterTech.
All engines are cooled with 2 cooling fans, a 1,200 RPM fan and a 1,500 RPM fan. The cooling fans are pulse width modulated by the PCM, and the fan speed is variable based on the engine's cooling requirements and AC pressure. Pulse width modulation is accomplished using one solid-state relay located near the lower left corner of the radiator. The exhaust system is made of stainless steel with a dual-element catalytic converter. Well, those are the 1996 Minivan engines, and this is your review question.
Cooling fan speed is controlled by A, 2 relays, B, 1 solid-state relay, or C, 4 relays. The answer is B. Cooling fan speed is controlled by 1 solid-state relay.
The newest version of Chrysler's PCM, S-Spec 3, is used in the 1996 Minivan. It's located on the left side inner fender. 2 40-way connectors link it to the wiring harness. It provides many new features, including more memory and flash programmability. Additional information on the new PCM is provided in the reference book. All minivans use sequential multi-port fuel injection and a returnless fuel system. The fuel pressure regulator is part of the fuel pump module, which is installed in the top of the fuel tank. A replaceable inline filter is attached to a bracket on top of the fuel tank. A replacement filter comes with the adjoining fuel tubes. The fuel tank is equipped with a pressure relief rollover valve mounted on the fuel filler tube. The 2.4-liter, 3.3-liter, and 3.8-liter engines use a direct ignition system, or DIS. The 3.0-liter engine uses a new Hall effect distributor with a corporate connector. The 3.3-liter and 3.8-liter engines use double platinum spark plugs. Now, under normal driving conditions, they don't need to be replaced for 100,000 miles. Also, do not clean these plugs since the platinum pads may be damaged. Use only a taper gauge to check the gap. The new spark plug cables are made of high-temperature silicone. They have stainless steel terminals with nickel tips at both ends. The spark plug boot is made of a high-temperature material. The inside of the boot is coated with a special silicone grease to help sealing and prevent the bonding of the spark plug. The spark plug boots can be removed and replaced 10 times before re-greasing is necessary. Now, the boot is surrounded by a metal heat shield with notches to keep it in place. This shield must be installed properly to prevent misfire. There are only a few changes to the emission system on the new minivan. All 1996 minivan engine and transaxle combinations use OBD2 diagnostics. The instrument cluster's malfunction indicator lamp, or MIL, acts as an indicator lamp for OBD2 diagnostics. A new square corporate charcoal evaporative canister is located under the vehicle. The canister improves the evaporative system's ability to collect and purge unburned hydrocarbons. A leak detection pump is used with the 3-liter engine. It pumps air into the evaporative system to check for leaks. 2 oxygen sensors are used. One is located on the exhaust manifold. The other is downstream of the catalytic converter. Well, those are the highlights of the fuel, ignition, and emission systems. And here's another review question.
Which engine or engines use double platinum spark plugs? A, the 3-liter engine, B, the 3.3 and 3.8-liter engines, or C, the 2.4-liter engine? The answer is B. The 3.3 and 3.8-liter engines use double platinum spark plugs. Two transaxles are used in the 1996 minivan. The 41TE 4-speed electronically controlled automatic transaxle and the 31TH 3-speed automatic transaxle. Mechanical refinements to the 41TE transaxle include an upgraded differential, which includes shot-peened differential side gears, and a larger left side bearing, which raises the input torque capacity. A left side differential bearing retainer made of friction welded steel that is lighter and stiffer than past designs. And a front annulus to rear carrier joint improved with a 360-degree weld. The 41TE transaxle uses the 3rd generation TCM, ETAX3. This is the first TCM designed to work with OBD2 diagnostics. It is located in the engine compartment on the passenger side inner fender. ETAX3 provides increased computing speed and power that allows additional programming capability. It's flash programmable using the diagnostic connector DRB3 and MDS. And it can request MIL illumination for trouble codes. It does this through the PCM via the CCD bus. All 41TE applications incorporate torque management, which is requested by the TCM. When requested, the PCM retards timing and reduces fuel delivery to some of the injectors, improving shift quality. The other available transaxle is the 31TH 3-speed automatic. It is used with the 2.4-liter and the 3-liter engines. There were also some changes made to it. The planetary gear train now has a radial cup rear carrier and a 5-pinion front carrier. The overrunning clutch inner race is bolted instead of riveted in the transaxle case. The left side differential bearing is larger. The steel bearing retainer is friction welded. A solid retaining pin is used with the differential pinion shaft, replacing the cold rolled pin. Those are the transaxles, and that completes this edition of MasterTech, except for the final review question.
Which of the following is a capability of the eTax 3 TCM? A, it's flash programmable. B, it works with OBD2 diagnostics. C, it uses torque management. D, all of the above. The answer is D. eTax 3 has all three of these capabilities.
Thanks for letting us share this information on the new minivan with you. The 1996 minivans will be reaching your dealership soon.
Now, for more information on this exciting new vehicle, sign up for the 1996 minivan launch training at your Chrysler Technical Training Center.